People are going to turn left. Okay, minivan. That's not good. A Cummins with a pat flap on it. That's not good. Then we got this sick dog dope fucking thing here. Sweet. They both turned off. Sweet. I guess the minivan did too, because I would have definitely caught up to them by now. That's a really big hill, so I mean everybody does at least 65 down it, so don't worry about the speed there. We'll go easy since the sun's really on our eyes. Some nice fast sweepers on this road. Watch out for the motorcycle. Alright, yeah, we don't want to speed through here. Oh, the brakes. Brakes are a little, what they would call heat cycled out. So we'll go relatively easy on it. I just try not to blow right by people's houses and shit. Especially if I see people like outside and whatnot. I'm not just gonna, you know, boom right past your house. And that's why we really don't get too bent out of shape about traffic. You know, we'll have a little bit of fun, but if this minivan up here wants to get the speed limit, then we'll just shut it down. They're not exactly going slow. I don't know if I'd want to go any faster on this road. I don't, you know, I'm not going to go 100 through here. I mean, I'm doing 65 and wow. Must be a new mom. She probably used to whip around a Nissan Altima. I don't know if you can hear that, but that's a seat. Anytime you really put some stress on the seat through a bump, it just makes this horrible squeaking noise that comes from the back, like one of the back side of the tracks there. It's just annoying. That's okay, everything in this car squeaks, so yay me. We're gonna slow down and kind of let them go ahead so we can have a little bit of fun right here, because this is a nice like chicane, if you will. Dab a brake. Hustle, 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 brake. Get down in gear, turn in. And out of the corner. Yeah, that's always a fun one. If there's any traffic, you gotta let them through. Do traction off. Leave stability halfway on. Well, I don't, so custom mode I have in sport engine trans, comfort chassis, and comfort suspension. So everything's in kill except for, well, the engine's in kill and everything else is in comfort. So I don't know what that does about the stability control, because if you're in sport you have reduced stability control, but for this I just turned the traction control off. We left the stability control on. because sometimes it just acts funny when it actually goes into traction control. I'd rather just kind of handle it myself when I'm trying to hustle. Okay, which way are you gonna go? Please go left. Go left. Go left. If you go left, I'm going right. That's the way I wanted to go. Okay, well, left is just as fun as right, so we'll go down a ways and then double back. Okay, they're going. Oh, this is why I drive all the way out to this road. I'll let everything get a little heat in it, especially the tires. It's not that warm out. Oh my God, and nobody's on it. This is freaking beautiful. Oh, the brakes are just loving this. All right, we're kind of steady mobbing here. We'll slow down because it's starting to get a little more residential. You can really send it through there because it's just woods. Like if you slide off that, it's your own, you're in your own world of shit. You're not gonna plow through somebody's house. Gotta watch for debris on the road too, because a lot of wind just came through here. Really don't want to hit a branch that I can't avoid because I'm going way faster than I really should on a public road. Oh, this is just a beauty right here. Shift there. Oh, the brakes are hating this. I'm gonna have to cool it down here in just a second. They're a little bit on the hot side right now. Oh, all right. Let's cool it down just for a second here. Whew. Damn. I normally skunk. I normally go do these spirited drives on Pilot Sport 4S's, but this is the off season, so I'm rocking a set of Continental Extreme Contact DWS 06 Plus tires. They do plenty fine in the snow so far, and they are a really, really playful tire. Like, for an all-season, I don't ever remember driving an all-season that had this good of a turn-in. Because honestly, the turn-in loss, considering this is a 225 and my Pilot Sports are a 255, there's not much turn-in loss, and there's a lot of steering feel with either tire. All right, now we definitely have to shut it down. There's traffic. But yeah, there's really not much loss between two tire. Now, a Stinger that's got springs and sway bars and links, it's going to do one thing. If the tires squeal, you've pushed it too far and you're already on the edge out of control. The point being that even though this is an all season and we're not hearing still 1 ounce of squeak, is really just an ode to its dry performance for an all season. It's a very impressive tire. It's also a very impressive tire in the wet and the snow that I've noticed. They're also very new. I would say they're at least 7.5, 30 seconds all around. So I don't necessarily, I can't necessarily speak for it as a worn tire, but so far as a less than 25% worn tire, it does more than good in the area that I live in. Even in traffic, we have fun. Much funner in this direction. Whee! Came out of the corner a little hotter than I normally do. I think because of how sacked out the brakes are, I'm just trying to brake later. And it's forcing me to, you know, turn more. Past a state police back there. I blatantly had a camera on his face, or on my face, and you know, he's doing the usual cop, you know, stance, phone in hand, you know, phone in hand like this. Every police officer in West Virginia, that's the official popo stance in a car. Go kind of gentle through here. I don't say gentle, I mean, you know, we are going 10 over the speed limit, but we do need to be careful because back there is a few blind driveways and such. So we try to respect people, and it gives us a chance to cool the car down a little bit. You know, my oil temp up, we got a water temp gauge right there. Sometimes we'll pull up trans temp on the JB4 app. And, you know, that you just really want to listen to your car. Like, if, you know, it's like, hey, I'm a little tired because you just beat the snot out of me for 20 minutes, then do it. I mean, my brakes will definitely tell you that. They're like, I'm tired, boss, in 5 minutes. I mean, you saw that. You can have a lot of fun on this road by not really going that fast. It's really tight and technical. There's a lot of blind corners. And I think it's more just about smoothness, you know, brake modulation and things like that. Like how to do this quickly without making everyone in the car puke because you're constantly on the brake, on the gas, on the brake, and on the gas, and doing steering maneuvers like this. You know, it's like painting a Bob Ross photo. It's flowing. That would not flow. That 2-3 shift is just a little sporty in the sport mode. That corner right there is always a nice one when you have a passenger, because if you pass the house and you gas a little bit, they think you're just going straight over the mountain. Oh God, it turns in so good. Never driven a Kia Stinger. I mean, I've owned the car for almost 4 years now, and I have no affiliation with brand or whatever. Like, I don't care. Like, if you make something good, I'll drive it. But this car is a lot better than you would think that a car that would come out of Korea would be. I mean, you know, like, we have the Elantra in and all the other stuff, the iconic 5 in, everything's in now. But this was kind of the genesis to all that. I guess the Genesis Coupe would be, but that car was kind of a little bit on the rare side of cooked. And this car kind of was too. Like, it definitely needed suspension parts right out of the gate, but just stock, the car drove really, really well, and you could do these things quite easily. And as long as you use a little bit of sense and situational awareness to your vehicle, you can really, really make these cars talk. Except for the brakes. The brakes are just dog water right out of the box. And anything that you buy that's like the step up from OEM is also going to be dog water. I found this out the hard way plenty of times. The car can have all the go, but you need to have the whoa. Definitely need to have the whoa, or you end up with shit like this. Like, you trash on your car for 10 minutes and your brakes are already smoked off. Such a tool for doing that, but I think we were required, even though it probably looked like dog shit from the outside. I believe it was Regular Car Reviews, when this car kind of first came out, he said that this car is like the GoldenEye N64 of cars at the time, not because it's it's an awesome game. It's that it's kind of a hard time to remember that when Korea came this correct. And you can say whatever you want about the car, you can say whatever you want about the brand. I think what matters the most is that you can do this in a 4-door, I guess some of you folks across the pond would call a four-door saloon. I would call this a four-door sedan or a four-door hatch. Even though it really doesn't have the space of a hatch. It has the length, but it doesn't have the roof that a normal hatchback has. And I understand why they didn't do so hot right out of the gate. I mean, these cars were kind of expensive when they first came out. You know, I think this car stickered for like $48,000 or $49,000, and it's a GT1. It's not even the most fully equipped model. And you're thinking about it now here in 2025, saying, whoa, 49 grand, that's kind of a deal. Yeah. Well, and these cars can be had for, like, decent examples in the low 30s at best. You could probably find a 21 like this with 50-ish thousand on it for probably high 20s. And this is a lot of car for high 20s. Like, what does that buy you? $28,000? No, what that buys you maybe a Volkswagen Jetta, which, I mean, nothing against the Jetta. I've owned one. They're, you know, they're pretty decent cars. But just a base Volkswagen Jetta versus this, I mean, you say what you want if you don't say you want to drive a Kia or not. This is pretty awesome. And to be able to go out, find a nice country road, and do things like this. And that kind of comes down to the question is are we too proud? Are we too proud as a society? Do we care too much what other people think? Now, I'm not going to go down some rabbit hole about that. But, you know, we could talk for that on ever. This is all about the drive right here. All I can tell you is I'm not too proud to drive a Kia Stinger. This is the most fun that I've ever had for this kind of money, hands down. God, it's just so awesome. Going uphill on this road, I think, is the move, just because you really don't have to brake as much, and I think that just makes it a little more fun. You can be a lot more linear with your turning and just your balance of the car, because it's not like we're doing wheel-to-wheel racing out here. There's still cinders on the road. It's 44 degrees outside. Like, we want to send it, but we also don't want to crash the car at the same time. So we're keeping our wits about us. So I think that's about do it for us here. I've got my fix, and we're almost out of gas, so gotta go take care of that. And I think it's time to just kind of tap it cool and turn on the radio. So I appreciate you guys tagging along for this little POV spirited therapy drive thingamabobber, whatever. All right, I'll talk to you guys next time. Take care.